You might think you know Santa Claus, but here are 12 facts you may not have known about jolly old Saint Nick. The first appearance of Santa Claus as a distinct figure is the 1821 poem Old Santa Claus with Much Delight, from the book The Children's Friend, though appearances of related figures St. Nicholas and Father Christmas date back to the 4th and 16th centuries respectively. As far as I can tell, Santa's first appearance in comics was in 1915's Rainbow number 98. Between the years of 1942 and 1961, Dell Comics published an annual title called Santa Claus Funnies as part of its 4-color series. These books were anthologies that featured stories by such legendary cartoonists as Walt Kelly, John Stanley, and Dan Noonan. As you might have guessed, Santa Claus has teamed up with Superman many times over the years. But one of the first times, in 1946's Action Comics number 105, Superman has to help Santa lose some weight, after the jolly old elf gets tricked into eating chocolates that make him too fat to slide down a chimney. In 2002's JLA number 60 by Mark Waid and Cliff Rathburn, Plastic Man tells his pal Woozy's kids a story about how Santa Claus is an official member of the Justice League. You might interpret this to have just been a story, but if you look into your heart, you know this is canon. Other appearances of Santa Claus in DC Comics include Lobo hunting down Santa after the Easter Bunny puts a hit on him, John Constantine snorting Santa's bones to gain magic powers, Santa giving Darkseid a lump of coal, and the time Sandman teamed up with Santa to fight Sealmen, which we talked about at greater length in our Fantastic Five video on Weird Christmas Stories. In the story 'Twas Midwinter's Night by Tom DeFalco and Sal Buscema from the 1991 Marvel Holiday Special, it is revealed that the origin of Santa Claus lies in the Norse god Odin flying his goat-drawn chariot through the sky to deliver gifts of food on Midwinter's Night. In 1989's sensational She-Hulk number 8 by John Byrne, Santa used his abilities to find out who is naughty and nice, or awake or asleep, and to enter homes unnoticed to become the world's greatest detective, Nick St. Christopher. He teams up with lawyer Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, to help solve a murder. Other Marvel Comics appearances include a story in which Santa is revealed to be an Omega-level mutant, the time Doctor Doom dressed up like Santa, the time an Ultron dressed up like Santa, and the time Santa got a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet and went crazy. Harley Quinn creator Paul Dini also created the character of Jingle Bell, Santa Claus's teenage daughter who constantly makes trouble for her dad with her spoiled and selfish ways, but always manages to save Christmas in the end. Artists on the series include Stephen DeStefano, Bill Morrison, and Jay Bone. Before Robert Kirkman and Tony Moore created The Walking Dead, in their first creator-owned series, Battle Pope, they introduced Santa Claus as a supporting character, who first fought Battle Pope's sidekick Jesus over jealousy about Christmas, but then signed on to Pope's team, gaining a never-explained eye patch. In 2015, Grant Morrison and Dan Mora told the origin of Santa Claus in the mini-series Klaus, which reveals the gift bringer as a toymaker shaman inspired by hallucinogenic mushrooms and enhanced by otherworldly aliens to fly his shape-shifting spaceship sleigh pulled by wolves. Other Santa Claus comics from independent publishers include Slayer, the Heavy Metal Santa Claus by Rob Harrington and Axel Irenaeus, Krampus by Brian Joines and Dead Cots, which tells of a whole secret society of Santa Clauses, and 1996's Santa the Barbarian by Rob Liefeld and Dan Fraga, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Comics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.